Shabbat Shalom. This is the fourth week in the Hebrew month of Tishrei, which means later on this evening we will be saying the prayer for the new month of Cheshvan. Rabbi Kamal will be saying more about it. Okay, it's not just me. If I hear sounds, I always check myself. Just want to make sure. We come now to enjoying the peace of Shabbat with the sound of the generator. It's a spiritual discipline to find your inner center through the hum, if you will. So we just have to sing more loudly and more joyously so we don't hear it. We come now to Shabbat, a time of joy, a time of rest, and a time of peace. And we begin our service with the singing of Ma Yafeh Hayom. How wonderful it is to be together on this joyous and peaceful Shabbat. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. It is my pleasure to call to the bima to light and kindle our Shabbat candles, Jennifer Blanchette.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. We continue in our prayer book, in our Siddur, on page 20, with the singing of Lecha Dodi. When we get to the final stanza of Lecha Dodi, we are going to turn and face the rear of the sanctuary as if we are ceremonially welcoming the Sabbath bride into our midst. So when it's time, I will make a motion, or Rabbi Kamal will make a motion, because I'm playing guitar tonight. So Rabbi Kamal and I are switching roles, we're sharing roles. I'm being the chazan, I'm being the song person tonight, and Rabbi Kamal will be leading the service. But we will turn and face the rear of the sanctuary when one of us motions for you to do so. Sometimes there are latecomers walking in, and it gets a little embarrassing. They think that we're staring at them, so try not to embarrass them. They're not late. I always say services start after Lecha Dodi. But we will continue on page 20 with the singing of Lecha Dodi. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmiyanu el ha-meyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'liktila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Penei Shabbat nikabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nikabela. Bohui v'shalom ateret bala, Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, Tochem u'ne'am segula, Bohui chala, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nikabela, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nikabela.
We remain standing as we turn to page 28 for the Baruch Hu.
Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai la lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai la lai 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 lai. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Everyone may be seated, and in honor of becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow, we welcome up Will Blanchett.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach she'arim, uvivuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umsader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla golel, or mipnei chosha v'chosha mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai Sevaot Shemo, El Chai Vikayam, Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Leolam Va'ed, Baruch Atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
We rise in either body or spirit as we turn to page 34 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem
kivod malchuto leolam va'ed. Baruch Shem kivod malchuto leolam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Everyone may be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'ham b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. We continue responsibly in the middle of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we are delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Continue now on the top of page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, v'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim.
We continue with Vishamru, which can be found on page 44. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini
Oti leolam, oti leolam, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim, asa Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, vishamru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Vishamru b'nei Yisrael, et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledorotam berit olam.
We come now to our congregational tefillah. As we turn to page 46, I ask everyone to please rise in either body or spirit, remembering that this is our first Shabbat, where we have switched to our winter liturgy. Adonai sifatai titach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai sifatai titach ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Ha'akol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei Metim Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach U'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Metim Berachamim Rabim, Tzomech Noflim Berofech Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melech, Melech Meimit Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'ne'eman atah lechayot metim. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hametim. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehalelu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Everyone may be seated as we continue responsively on the top of page 55. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth.
May all who struggle find rest.
May all who suffer find solace. May all who despair find purpose. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. We continue now on page 60 with Shalom Rav, followed by silent meditation.
Shalom
Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol ed u'v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rahav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Say shalom, shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom b'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom b'romav, ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen.
Come now to Seder Kriyat HaTorah as we turn in our Sidurim to page 248 as we rise to take the Torah from the Ark.
Al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, ha'olam omeid. Al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, al shlosha divarim, ha'olam omeid. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim al shlosha divarim al shlosha divarim al shlosha divarim haolam omed.
Everyone may be seated. Our Torah portion this week is Bereshit. We begin with the creation story and then continue with another creation story. Now, our first creation story is divided up into the days of the week, all of which are pretty good. And this begins, of course, with the creation of light and then ends with the creation of Shabbat. The second story is the one we have with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Now, both of these stories are well commented upon in the Jewish community. One of the most profound, I think, is Rabbi Joseph Soloveitchik's commentary, where he said, we all have elements of both people created in each story. We are cosmic and meant to create in the world, as we hear in the first story. But we are also meant to till the land and keep it, as we hear in the second story. Now, our portion then continues with the eventual expulsion from the Garden of Eden. The first murder with Cain killing Abel, and then sets up for the next week's Torah portion where God says, well, okay, the world doesn't need to exist anymore, and then, of course, comes the flood. Now, our portion this evening can be found in our Etz Chaim commentaries on page 34, Genesis chapter 6, verses 5 through 8. Ta'amod rechal shifrei bat refuel yitzchak u'miragitzel la'aliyah ha'torah. Ta'amod bluma bat chana likro ha'torah.
Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayar Adonai ki rabba ra'at ha'adam ba'aretz v'chol yetzer machshavot libo rak ra kol hayom v'yinechem Adonai ki asa et ha'adam ba'aretz v'yitzatzev el libo v'yomer Adonai emche et ha'adam asher barati me'al pnei ha'adama me'adam ad behema ad remes v'ad ov hashamayim ki nichamti Ki asitim v'noach matzah chen be'enei Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'ha'ayeh olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Our thoughts now turn to those of our community and families who are ill and in need of healing. We think this evening of Aaron Alcock, Barbara Bach, Rabbi Bruce Goldwasser, Elizabeth Bassett, Cheryl Frank, Manu Patel, Patricia Caron, Sarah Wallace, Linda Sarku, Lee Weinstein, Sandy Sokolau, Bernie Newman, Harvey Zoll, Lauren Cohen, and all who suffer whom we know not by name. Mishaberach Abatenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov, v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, hu yivarek v'yirapeh kol cholei Israel v'yishlach lachem b'mhera refuah shlema, refuah tanefesh, refuah taguf, v'nomar Amen. May God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all who are stricken. May the Holy One of Praise mercifully restore them to health and to vigor. May God grant them health of body, health of spirit, and of mind. And let us say, Amen.
Mi beirach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
The B'nai Mitzvah process starts about a year in advance of the student's date, even though the students don't really start meeting with me until about 6 or 7 months prior to the date. Families begin to wake up to the fact that this is really here because their son or daughter can start signing in for their 13 required services. Tonight we have a special opportunity to publicly begin one person's B'nai Mitzvah journey and to watch veterans pass along their knowledge. So it is my pleasure to invite Will and Grace to the Bima to join Hannah and myself. Hannah, we stand here together with Will, who tomorrow will become a bar mitzvah. As you pass this prayer book to Grace to use over the next year and hopefully even beyond that, we know that she will become more familiar with the service in preparation for her big day next year. And after the service, Hannah and Will show you where you need to sign in if you're not familiar with that. Will, I wish you a lot of luck tomorrow. I know you're going to do great. Mazel tov to all of you as we pass this prayer book together.
And now we have 3 years of B'nai Mitzvah students who share the same Torah portion. And yes, they are siblings. We have some sibling thing going on here too. But next year, Grace will stand here with Will and Grace, just saying. And they will give the prayer book to the 6th grader who will share this Torah portion with them. So we link together tradition and Torah, building and strengthening our community. And if there's anyone else here who had Bereshit as their Torah, their bar and bat mitzvah Torah portion, please come up to the Bima at this time for a blessing. No one else remembers? Okay, just saying. All right. Well, I'm going to ask everybody to please rise as I bless our 3 years of students. Yeverechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha, v'yikuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha, v'yasem lecha shalom, v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's countenance be lifted up unto you and grant you all the most precious gift of peace. Amen. You guys can go sit down or go back to your seats. Don't sit down. Just go back to your seat. There you go. Good.
Ya'amod Baruch ben Ber Label Hagba, Ta'amod Michal bat Gershon v'Gittel Golelet. We remain standing for Hagba.
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei v'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
Everyone may be seated, and it is my pleasure to invite up to read our prayer for Israel, Laura Piachak, on page 259.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
As Rabbi Kaznowski mentioned at the beginning of the service, this week we begin the new month, the month of Cheshvan. Traditionally, the month of Cheshvan is known as Mar Cheshvan, which means the bitter month of Cheshvan. And this is said because other than Shabbat, there's no special mitzvah in the month of Cheshvan. Of course, coming from the month of Tishrei, when there was plenty of special mitzvot, this made the rabbis say that this is actually a bitter month. However, I would say, of course, after all the high holidays, I'm okay just taking a little bit of rest and getting ready for Hanukkah for the next month after that. But we turn now to page 261 as we join together in the middle of the page. Our God and God of our ancestors, may the new month bring us goodness and blessing. May we have long life, peace, prosperity, a life exalted by love of Torah and reverence for the divine, a life in which the longings of our hearts are fulfilled for good. Rosh Chodesh Cheshvan, Yehye B'Yom Shlishi. The new month of Cheshvan will begin on Tuesday. We now turn back in our Sidurim to page 256 as I invite again the congregation to please rise as we return the Torah to the Ark.
Etz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomechecha meushar deracheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu Kekedem.
Everyone may be seated. As we've heard, our Torah portion this week is the first Torah portion there is, Bereshit. Now, there are many things which can be discussed in this portion. In fact, the commentators didn't have to go far to have one of the first contentious discussions of the Torah. This discussion is on the first word of the Torah, Bereshit. Now, most translations will say that this means in the beginning. However, in the Hebrew, if we're going to translate it, it's actually closer to in a beginning. Now, there are a lot of implications on that word, a versus the. The implication, of course, that there are other beginnings if we say in a beginning. And what are these beginnings? Well, we don't know. And some say it's impossible to know. Another insight from this portion comes again right in the first chapter, where it says humans are created b'tselem Elohim, in the image of God. Now, we hear that line often, but we still don't exactly understand what it means as well. Some commentators think that this is our compassion, perhaps even our sense of justice. Others might say it's our ability to create, and still others say it means that we actually look like God, God having perhaps some sort of head, torso, and 4 limbs. Now, the portion continues the first creation narrative, which ends on the 7th day. Now, when I lived in Cincinnati, I lived there for 4 years during rabbinical school, not far away was a museum called the Creationist Museum. Now, I never went to it because I really didn't want to, but always thought the most important part of the story, from what I heard about the museum, was actually missing from it. That part was the emphasis on what all this culminated in. Not the creation of the world or the animals or even the humans, but the creation of what begins tonight, the creation of Shabbat. Now, this whole chapter, which of course isn't just this chapter, but a little bit of chapter 2 as well, ends with the day of rest. And I believe this to be incredibly important. Not only important, but will help us understand, I think, those other interesting elements, the B'Tselem Elohim, are in a beginning, from the beginning of the portion. So, in a beginning, it does seem like an unusual way of starting the Torah. However, it could also be a hint of our own understanding of when we can begin again. Now, as we heard, we just came from a month where there was a lot of introspection and self-evaluation on how we behaved this past year. We do this, of course, every year when the month of Tishrei rolls around. However, we don't have to wait for the high holidays to actually look inward and better ourselves. Shabbat gives us all a new beginning each week, where we can look to the past week, see what we'd like to change, and grow as people. Each Shabbat is another beginning. We get to take on this week anew, just like we did last week and what we can also do next week. Now, perhaps this is what in a beginning is to show us. There is no first start to the world or who we are, but instead a collection of starts where we learn from our mistakes and then begin again. Now, it's tough to think that God is capable of making mistakes. But we know from plenty of times in the Torah where God is either able to change course in what God originally wanted to do, or it's understood that God might not be 100% correct on an issue. There's a famous story in the Talmud, the rabbinic work of halachic Jewish law literature, where some rabbis are arguing over the kashrut of an oven. God's voice comes in to settle the argument, and everyone says, God, we appreciate your opinion, but we don't really want to hear from you right now. Now, this is an interesting story, and we might think, well, what does God do after that? Is there going to be some smiting that's going to happen? Well, what actually happens is that God laughs. God laughs and says, you know what? You're right. I don't care about the kashrut of an oven. Let them handle it. Now, to think of God as perfect, I think sometimes sets what perfect is. And we have many texts which shows us that something set will one day become the antithesis of what it initially was. In this case, God, just like the rest of us, I think can also grow and change. How then are we created in God's image? Well, at least in this perspective, because we too can not just make mistakes, but can learn from them and make a better world because of them. Now, to make this better world, though, we need to take that lesson from God in this story, and that is to actually rest. Now, resting doesn't just mean lounging around, watching a few episodes of Tiny House Hunters, which I've been known, of course, to do, but resting is, of course, more a time for growth. Any person who either works out a lot or is a physician or a personal trainer knows about their muscles and knows that it's when our muscles rest after a workout is when they actually repair and grow. Now, our souls, our intellect, our nefesh, whatever it is that we want to call it, needs that rest as well. Now, one of the many purposes of this story is to show that God needs to rest, and we must be like God in that. Now, these weeks in particular can be trying. I think we've, of course, all seen partisan battles nationally and locally. We seem to be going backwards in perhaps what it means to believe those who have survived sexual assault. We may be going forward in perhaps some racial justice in this city, but it is a road, of course, that we know is still very long, and there's still so much to do. Now, it may seem like there is too much to do, that we can't rest. But what we learn from this portion is that it's truer that we must rest to grow and respond to make our world better. For even, perhaps the most important event, the creation of the world, There was a break. There was a rest. So just as there may be multiple beginnings to the world, there can be multiple beginnings to our own lives. And Shabbat is an example of one of those opportunities. So let us take the Shabbat to recharge, to grow, to be like God so that we can take on next week even better than we did this past one. Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi Camel, you took my music. I just hate it when that happens, don't you? It's in your prayer book. Oh. I could memorize it. I just wanted to harass him a little. As Rabbi Camel mentioned, when God created, he saw that it was good. And so on this Shabbat, we sing a song, Hinei Tov Ma'od, how good it was, God's creation. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayhi erev, vayhi voker, tov me'od. Vayhi erev, vayhi voker, tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov me'od. Vayar Elohim et kol asher asa, vehine tov me'od. There was evening, there was morning, there was evening, there was morning. Vayhi erev, vayhi voker, tov me'od. Vayhi erev, vayhi voker, tov me'od.
It's long, the longest I've ever seen. Bear with me. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Jim Weisskopf, and I'm representing the Board of Directors tonight. I'd like to extend a warm welcome to our congregants and guests who are joining us this evening. Just want to share with you a few thoughts, and this is one giant paragraph. This year's committees are starting to meet and work on events and programs that will take place this year and next year. I'd like to encourage you to join a committee, get involved, meet some new people, connect with old friends. We rely on you, our volunteers, to keep Etz Chaim the wonderful, vital congregation it is. Please know you can make a difference. To help you out this upcoming week on Wednesday, the Ways and Means Committee will meet at 7 p.m. to work on this year's fundraising evening event that will take place in the spring. Next Monday, the 15th, the Office and Communications Committee will meet at 7 p.m. They are working on recreating the website. Ooh. And other ways we can communicate not only within our Etz Chaim family, but also to those who are searching for a Jewish home. Lastly, on Monday the 22nd, both the Lifelong Learning Committee and the Religious and Ritual Committee, aka R&R, will meet. Lifelong Learning is creating and developing programs and events for adults, for as we know, learning never stops and is a lifelong process. R&R works on ritual ongoings in the temple, fine-tuning Shabbat and holiday services, times of services, music for services, prayer books for services, and prayer for the services. That's it. Now it's up to you. Remember, you can and should make a difference. Tonight's Own Egg is sponsored by the Blanchette family in honor of William becoming a bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. Thank you to the rabbis for leading us in worship, to Karen Butterfield for ushering, and Cynthia Mark Hummel for being our greeter. Next Friday night, you will have two Shabbat service options. One will begin at 6 p.m. and will be a Shabbat Shirat service, a service of music. This is designed for congregants of all ages, young and old. It will last about 40 minutes. If you prefer a more traditional Shabbat service, that will begin at 8:15. Shabbat Shalom.
We turn now in our Sidurim to page 282, and it is my pleasure to invite up Marv and Marilyn Wigder as our ark openers as we all rise for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ובמושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו וגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד.
Everyone may be seated as we continue now on page 287. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding. Loved, each of us, for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Together, rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts now turn to those of us who are no longer with us. Tonight, as a community, we remember the Yortzites of Evelyn Rosenberg, Herbert Schoenfield, Anna Karshen, Sharon Sondheim, Mildred Wasserman, Michael Peck, Sidney Schwartz, Leah Kaplan, Harold Ross, Jerry Grossman, Watson Morris, Mary Farkas, Alice Fine, David Sack, Bernard Berman, Brina Hurwitz, Dorothy Schneider, and Dory Schwartz. And we also mourn the recent passing of Natalie Roth, mother of Andrew Roth, and Bernard Leviton, father of Wendy Peck and Deborah Cox. If anyone else is in their period of mourning or observing someone's yahrzeit, please feel free to share their name as my hand passes you. We rise as one community as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal, V'yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma tivrach chirotei, v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayichon, v'yomechon, u'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. B'agala v'zman kariv, v'yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, mevarach le'olam omei almaya. V'yit barach, v'yishtabach, v'yit pa'ar, v'yit romam, v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit halev, v'yit halal, shemei d'kodesha barechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mruma, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all of Israel, to which we say,
Amen. We pause for a moment of silent meditation.
Our closing song this evening can be found on page 339, Esa Enai.
Esa einai el heharim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Esa einai el heharim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai, oseh shamayim ve'aretz. Ezri me'im Adonai, oseh shamayim ve'aretz. Esa einai el heharim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Esa einai el heharim, me'ayin yavo ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai, oseh shamayim ve'aretz. Ezri me'im Adonai, oseh shamayim ve'aretz.
Let us go out to the Shabbat, to joy, to rest, and to peace. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.